crazy, go crazy, no crazy, Hi, I'm Quickly Shonen, and today I want to talk to you about Chainsaw Man Episode 8. I'm still somewhat shaken from this episode, and I don't know if I still believe what I just witnessed, but I tried my best to put it into words, so let's just jump right into it. This episode's opening feels very cinematic, then Cinemax, and then a little Miramax. Getting the same scene but from Himeno's perspective was a little nerve-wracking. I think it has to do something with seeing Denji's face. Like, seeing him like somewhat scared, nervous in the situation just makes it feel a lot more real. I'm always cheering for him to make the right decisions, but this time was like the first time I felt concerned for their consequences. Among other things that messed me up this episode, there's this scene between Makima and Denji that makes no sense to me. Like, why is it just the three of them here? What happened to everyone else? Like, wasn't Aki on the other side? How did Denji get this lollipop from Makima if he was carried home by Himeno? You know, like, I guess these are questions for another time, but I still have them. I guess my only option here is to come back to the present, where Denji strikes a deal with Himeno that he'll now never be able to make good on. Like, that's so sad. And I know people have like less sympathy for this woman, but she's dead now, and I don't want to talk bad about her. So just like, let me have my moment. It just, it almost feels super convenient that she died right when she started asking questions about Makima, but then again, it's also super convenient for Makima to get herself killed to avoid the suspicion. So, I don't know, I really don't know what the hell to think about this whole plot thread here, but I'm gonna keep it noted for myself. And I know that sounds a little dumb, but it just means that if there was any doubt about her character before, there won't be any now, because there's no shot that Aki's gonna question her character, especially after he finds out that she's dead. So there's no reason for him to try convincing Denji, or like, you know, trying to probe Denji to be like, hey, do you feel this way about Makima? Like, do you feel like she's kind of weird in this regard? Like, that's never gonna happen now. So, you know, if she's as bad as, you know, the manga community says she is, then this will be the perfect setup to, you know, have her throw like a wrench in everyone's plans later on. I don't know, I'm just not convinced that she's dead. I have no question about Himeno though, and I was already sold on the idea of Arai dying, so that's a plus. But if Kobeni's dead, I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. These death scenes are so heartbreaking though, especially Makima's. Not just because we got to see a little human side to her, but because the show is so good at taking its time. Like, from the moment you know it's gonna happen to when it actually does happen is 12 seconds. That's such a long time to hold suspense for a certainty. Between the long pauses and the changing EDs, every episode feels like a movie, and this scene being the kickoff for the montage of everyone else getting shot is further proof of that. Hell, we're barely even halfway through the episode at this point. A big shout out to Aki this episode. Him not wanting to smoke with this guy, who I guess is called the Katana Devil, is great. But when he's forced to go toe to toe with him, he's ready to shave however many years off his life in order to do essentially nothing. And Himeno's unfortunately a victim of the same thing, because she does absolutely nothing. It's just wild to me how far south we went this episode. And at no point was I hopeful about what was going to happen, because Denji being the first one off is like, it just, I don't know, he's their trump card. So Aki going one-on-one with this guy who's basically another Denji, and just the katana in hard instead of the chainsaw. I don't know, what did you expect? I'll tell you what I didn't expect. Another Denji. Like, this girl's resemblance is uncanny, but her presence, or I guess lack thereof, is what really threw me. Like, she's bossing this guy around? Okay. Clearly we know nothing about the power level in this world, so now that's apparent. Seeing Aki about to get finished off was heartbreaking enough for me, but then having to watch Himeno slowly get platinum-ended for absolutely nothing, that pushed me way past my limit. I saw some people in the comments saying this is where Chainsaw Man actually starts, which made this ED bang a lot harder for me the second time around. I rewatched this episode with the idea of this just being the prologue in mind, and it changed how I felt about every other character that we were introduced to, because I thought we were introduced to them for the sake of building them up. Now I just don't trust anything. Hell, I don't even trust that Himeno's dead, because now she's running around in the ending, so nothing is safe. As for, you know, what this episode has done for my views on the show, or whether or not I'm going to be reconsidering my anime of the year, I still think it's going to go to Bleach, but yo, dude, now I don't know, like, I've gone from, like, what's it called, wanting or anticipating each episode to, oh, now I need them. Like, now I need to see what happens next. Now I'm so glad that I'm not gonna like wait for season 2. I know that I'm jumping right into the manga as soon as the last episode of the season airs. So, you know, I'm looking forward to that journey a lot more now. Like, I was already doing it before. Like, I already know the story's supposed to be like, you know, messing with your brain and whatnot. But now I'm just like, oh, this is what they mean. This is the hype about the show. Like, this isn't just a really great shonen. This is wild. I don't know how else to explain it, but I'm enjoying it. I'm hooked now. So we'll be seeing. And I rewatched whatever episodes are out currently for the dub, and it's great. I'm really enjoying the dub. I just like being able to one, like the voices in a dub always, because everyone's on point. At first, when I saw a clip of Aki, I was like, wow, his voice is way too deep. But seeing him get introduced and seeing in conjunction with everyone else, I'm like, actually it fits pretty well. There's no one yet that I'm like so that's always a plus. Makima's voice actress is also great. I think if anything, Denji might be the not worst in terms of I hate it, but yeah, definitely my least favorite. But I think that's also because I need a comb. I think it's also because what's it called, I appreciated his voice a lot more in the Japanese this episode, so going back and then getting a very fitting. He's still very fitting. It's just I'm just more surprised by everyone else's voices, because I guess I'm just looking for them. But this is a great show. I don't know how else to ramble on it any further. I guess I gotta wait a couple more. Let me see, 9, 10, 11, 12. 4 more episodes. That's a whole month, man, of waiting to be able to read the manga. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to survive that, but fingers crossed. But yeah, that's all I really have to say about this. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as everyone else seems to have. I hope that this I guess reaction, not reaction, but that's might as well what this might as well be. So yeah, you all have a great day. I will see you soon. There will be another Big 3 review this week, so look out for that. Although I went back and I read the 2 chapters that came. I don't know. I'm so glad that One Piece is back this week, because I don't know how the hell I would have spoken for 10 minutes about My Hero and Jujutsu Kaisen last week. So I'm glad that I didn't. But yeah, you be safe. Have a great day. Bye.